English can sometimes be really confusing, and as a learner of the English language, you sometimes wonder if this phrase is correct. Because an advanced speaker has used it, you sometimes wonder it does not fit the grammar rule book. Now, there are many such English phrases and expressions that might seem a bit odd at first, but they're perfectly acceptable in written and spoken English. And in today's English lesson, we are going to look at 8 puzzling English phrases. Ready to start? I'm Anna, your English trainer. Hit like, subscribe, and share this video so you don't miss interesting English lessons like this one. Here's the first one. Never have I ever. Now, this is usually used to say that you have never experienced, tasted, played, or done something before. It's mainly used in games where people share that they have not done something before. For example, never have I ever tasted sushi. What is it like? Never have I ever done skydiving. I wonder if it is safe. Never have I ever played a game on a computer. Is it addictive? Right. So in each of these examples, someone has not experienced something before or they are planning to do it now. Now, why don't you try writing a sentence in the comments? It will help you remember these phrases better. Here's the next one. More than meets the eye. Isn't it a lovely phrase? It may seem wrong or off to say, but it's grammatically correct. It means there is something more than what is visible. It is used to say there is something that is hidden or someone is trying to hide. It's more like a doubt or you are suspicious about something. Let's look at some examples. The offer looks simple, but there's more than it meets the eye. He looks friendly and nice, but I think he's more than it meets the eye. He seems quiet, but there's more than meets the eye. He's actually a great storyteller. This phrase encourages looking beyond the obvious and recognizing that there may be hidden aspects, complexities, or qualities that make something or someone more interesting or significant than they initially appear. It is a reminder that first impressions can be deceptive, and deeper exploration can often reveal more. With that, let's move on to our next phrase. Little did he know. Little did he know, she know, they know. You can change the subject. This means someone had very little knowledge about something, else they would have taken the necessary steps or actions. You must have found this phrase mostly in a storybook or storytelling. It creates an impact or suspense about what the speaker will say next. Here are some examples. Little did he know that he lost his phone at the cafe, else he would have searched it. This means he only realized it when he reached home. Little did she know her desire to buy a sports car was taken seriously by her husband. This means she mentioned it casually to own a sports car, but her husband actually bought one. Little did they know the financial decision would mess the company's growth. This means their calculations went all wrong and affected the company's future growth. This phrase emphasizes a gap in awareness between a character and the reality of their situation. See how beautifully these phrases can be used in everyday conversations. I hope you're writing down your sentences in the comment section. With that, let's move on to the next phrase. I'll wait on it. We generally use wait for it. Wait on it also has the same meaning. This means you want to wait for something to happen, or you will wait before making a decision. In short, you will delay taking action or making a decision. It's more like being patient about something. For example, the new phone model looks great, but I'll wait on it until the price drops. They offered me the job, but I'll wait on it until I hear back from the other company I interviewed with. The team is eager to move forward with the project, but I'll wait on it until we have a clearer strategy. This phrase conveys a decision to delay or hold off on taking action. I hope with all these examples you clearly understood its meaning. Let's move on to the next phrase. Were I to guess, I'd say. Now, it may look incorrect at the first glance, but this phrase is perfectly okay to use. This phrase is used when you want to make a guess or speculate something. It's like offering your opinion or suggestion without being completely sure about it. Here are some examples to understand it better. Were I to guess, I'd say she's not coming back before evening. This means you believe she will only return sometime in the evening, not before that. Were I to guess, I'd say the test results will be positive. Were I to guess, I'd say we're about 10 kilometers away from our destination. Were I to guess, I'd say he's going to choose the blue one. Did you see in all these examples that someone is making a guess or sharing their opinion but is not sure about it? It is a way of expressing a speculative opinion or estimation. It's a thoughtful, polite way to offer a guess when you are not entirely sure of the facts. Up next on my list is, so absorbed was he in his work. Again, you can replace he with she or say, so absorbed were they or we or any other subject. Now this is a more dramatic way to say that someone was extremely focused or deeply engrossed in their work. They had no idea what was going on around them. It's also called an inverted sentence structure, and it helps to sound more expressive while speaking or writing. Here are some examples. So absorbed was he in his work that he didn't notice the 50 missed calls. So absorbed was she in her reading that she missed her stop on the train. So absorbed were they playing video games that they forgot to eat lunch. So, all these examples explain how concentrated or involved someone was in what they were doing. It emphasizes how deeply someone is focused or engrossed in their task. Moving on to the next phrase, we have far be it from me to criticize. It's quite an interesting phrase, isn't it? When you want to express your point or offer some advice to someone, provide some constructive criticism, but you do not want to sound too critical, you do not want to show that you are way too interfering, you can use this particular phrase. What you are trying to do is communicate to somebody, you are not nitpicking, you are not trying to be overly critical, but you feel the need to express your point. This phrase is a respectful method to convey your viewpoint to someone. Let's look at some examples. Far be it from me to criticize, but I think you should research more before starting a business. Far be it from me to criticize, but have you considered asking for feedback from your team? Far be it from me to criticize your decision, but are you sure it's the right one for the long term? In all these examples, you are trying to say, hey, think about what you're doing, but in a more polite way, without being too direct. This is used to soften the impact of a critique or a suggestion. Moving forward to our next phrase, it is, scarcely had I closed my eyes. Now this is a better way to say that something immediately happened after you tried to sleep or take a nap or take some rest. It means you had just closed your eyes when something happened. Isn't it an impactful way to describe something? I'm sure it is. Let's look at some examples and how you can use it. Scarcely had I closed my eyes when the phone rang. Have you experienced this? Well, I have many times. Scarcely had I closed my eyes when I heard a loud noise outside. Scarcely had I closed my eyes when the baby started crying. Scarcely had I closed my eyes when I realized I had forgotten to lock the door. Right? So all these examples are trying to say that something happened immediately after you shut your eyes, and the action just disturbed you or grabbed your attention. It emphasizes how quickly something happened after you tried to sleep or rest. Well, that's all for today. So those were 8 great English phrases that may initially look incorrect, but are perfectly okay to use. In fact, they help you to sound more expressive while speaking or writing English. Did you enjoy the lesson? Let me know in the comments. Hit like, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss on such interesting English lessons in the future. I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep learning, keep practicing. You will soon be a fluent English speaker.